Hi, everybody. Hey, how we doing? How we doing? We got, ooh, nice. Come on in, guys. Cool. What's up, Dutcho? This is Zaid Wolf, guys. If you guys haven't heard of his music yet, yeah, I know, who dat? I know, I got my Saints going. Got my Saints representing. Hey, 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 hey. All right, everybody, welcome in. So now that I do this, my computer is like frozen right now, and I don't know why, but that's okay. All right, got it. Cool. Uh-oh. This means I'm going to have serious issues trying to help you with starts and sits here, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Welcome in, everybody. Hang on just a minute. Hang on. Soda pop maker. That's kind of cool. I have one of those. So, guys, it's week 12, Fireside Friday. We got week 12 matchups this weekend. I officially hate fantasy football. I hate Jonathan Williams. And I'm definitely sitting Juju. He's out. He's not even playing, so that's good. I guess that we know that. You know, that's wonderful. So, yeah, I had a big decision I had to make yesterday whether or not I wanted to start Jonathan Williams or have the upside with Darius Geis. What's up, J Money? Against the Lions. And I sat Jonathan Williams, who got 21 points on my bench. So I'm unhappy, and I feel like I hate fantasy football. But I feel like that every weekend because there's always one matchup that I'm like, and it like freaks me out. But luckily Jason Moore, guys, okay, I might as well just start this bit anyway. My name is Lauren Carpenter. I'm a writer for the Fantasy Footballers, and the Fantasy Footballers are Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright. I'm one of their 12 writers. Talk about fantasy football. That's what I do. J Money, that's okay. You don't have to apologize. It's, you know, it is what it is. I actually have my good friend Adam Rank and Jason Moore. I messaged both of them like, please tell me that I need to be starting Darius Geis instead of Jonathan Williams. And they both said, no, go Geis, go Geis, go Geis. So this morning they were both very unhappy as well. So at least I'm not by myself. And you know what? It's okay. That it happens. I mean, it's the name of the game. But yeah, you guys, you can all find me on social media. I'm usually the most active on Twitter, if you guys really want to know. Yeah, at Stepmom Lauren. And I'm also on Facebook, facebook.com/Stepmom Lauren. You can find me there. And Dutchell, you said, yeah, I know. I wanted to. It was so close between Darius Geis and Williams with Adrian Peterson banged up. I understand Chris Thompson's coming back, but he doesn't really pose a huge threat with that huge backfield mess they have with the Colts. Between Jordan Wilkins, who was healthy, Nyheim Hines, it stunk. So it was kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? So I made the wrong choice there. We'll see. Darius Geis hasn't played yet. So as long as he gets, if he gets me like 10 to 15 points, I'll be happy. And it is in a PPR league that it was in. So he does have an opportunity to do pretty well. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. I say this every week, guys. Fantasy football's hard. I hate it and I love it at the same time. So J Money, you need quarterback help. Trust Dak in the bad weather game in New England or pivot to Carson Wentz versus Seattle. That is tough, my friend. I actually have, hey, what's up, Rum Boys? I have my own quarterback issues that I have to try to field this week, and that is no bueno. So for that situation, I don't know. I would tend, because of the matchup, I would lean Carson Wentz. And specifically, if Alshon Jeffrey is active and he plays, then I think Carson Wentz is going to be your guy. Seattle is very porous in their defense against wide receivers. I think Carson Wentz will be able to exploit that. He also has Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz. I think that's an option. I think Miles Sanders is going to get involved in the passing game as well. So I'm going to say Carson Wentz over Dak. I know that's really hard to do because Dak has been scoring great fantasy points. And I get it. But let me just check here with some people that are smarter than me. Like I said, my computer's like dying. So it's not dying. Well, it is. I need a new laptop. It's official. But It's very slow today. Apparently it doesn't want to work, but that's all right. Whatever. So J Money, go Carson Wentz. So guys, I'm going to just briefly go over some of the really good matchups that I like. What I do is I look at the defenses that are worst against positional players, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. So hopefully this will give you some idea if you're having questions of starts and sits, who to play over certain guys. These are not by any means an exhaustive list, nor are these like you absolutely have to start him over another stud. If you have those questions, please tweet me at StepMomLauren. I also have my own website, stepmomlauren.com. I do have a couple of podcasts I still need to put up there. I was recently on the Ball Blast podcast with Kate and Michelle Majuk, which was super fun as always. That is available to download and listen to for your listening pleasure. We did a lot of laughing, per usual, because we always have so much fun together. So that's a definite one. I was also recently on Sports Outliers with Mark Drumheller, so you guys can find me there as well. And then I can speed up many laptops by disabling the voice recognition. I don't have Windows, I have a Mac, and it's like 7 years old, and it's refurbished. So, but thank you for that tip. Anyone who needs that advice, if you have a Windows, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. So, and of course, see, like nothing's working. Like this isn't even working for me, so I have to go over here and be all old school. Okay, whatever. All right, running back starts, guys. I am putting this on here because I'm really hoping that this is going to give me some positive juju, but I would put him on here anyway for a running back start. It's Darius Geis. You guys, the Lions are literally bleeding points to the running back position. Adrian Peterson is hurt. He may still play, but I think he'll be limited. Chris Thompson is coming back. I think he's going to be limited as well. He may be just a thorn in your side, but I'm crossing my fingers that this is going to be a Darius Geis game. And I'm leaning on what Adam Rank and Jason Moore said, and Mike Wright from the Fantasy Footballers, because I'm trusting them and myself. I hope. Oh man, I wanted to start Jonathan Williams last night so badly, but I didn't. So you guys always trust your gut. I say that all the time, and I did not follow my own advice last night. But you know what? That's okay. It happens. Live and learn. Not a big deal. Not the end of the world. Let's see here. So Breida did not practice again. So I really like Tevin Coleman and I like Raheem Mostert. I like Coleman more than Mostert, but if you guys need some help at running back, if you need some depth, I like him as a flex play. They're going up against the 30th worst defense in the Green Bay Packers, so I do like that as well. James Conner has been ruled out, which is good for us for fantasy, knowing that he's not going to be available, or if they do act, like if they would have activated him, like the following week, he gets injured right away and then he's out and gives me 1.36 or 86 fantasy points. Garbage. No, he's just done. He's not even playing. So, Jalen Samuels, here is the obvious choice that you're going to want to take. But there's a sneaky snart here, as the fantasy footballers like to say. Benny Snell. Mike Wright believes that he could get upwards of 10 plus touches for this game. I like him. I think that Jalen Samuels has been kind of limited and not as explosive as I think we'd all like to see. So I really like Benny Snell in this as well. In fact, I'm starting him in one of my leagues in the flex spot. So Benny Snell is a good one to pick up. He may be available on your waiver wire because he is just coming off of injury. He's practicing in full, doing all of his stuff. They're not worried about him. I like Benny Snell here. Very sneaky, good sleeper option for you. And then we've got the New Orleans Saints, Who Dat Nation, going up against the Panthers. And the Panthers have, again, another really bad defense against the run. Obviously, this is a no-brainer. You're going to start Alvin Kamara. That's not even a question. But, like I said, if you guys do have some players on a bye this week or you're suffering from injuries, Latavius Murray is also another option you can plug in there if you're desperate at the running back position, because I think they're going to be relying on that pretty heavily. Cool. Thanks, Dylan. And then let's see here. We've got Cleveland over Miami, which is a very interesting game. I can't wait to watch this game. I have so many things. In fact, Baker Mayfield is one of my quarterback sleepers. I really like him a lot, and I could not get him in the leagues that I needed a quarterback this week, but I'm not bitter. I am. Who am I kidding? I'm super bitter. I wanted it, but whatever. So obviously I really like Chubb. He's your starter. I also don't hate Kareem Hunt here either. They're really getting him involved. David Njoku has been practicing, so their tight end is going to be back in the mix, kind of spicing things up for Baker Mayfield. But if you guys, again, need some help, I have Kareem Hunt in one of my leagues. I'm starting him. And I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. So, Run Boys, you're going Geis crazy. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I totally came in on that, and I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm going to pretend like I do, because it's my stream. I do what I want. Anyway, Another one, too, the freaking Lions. I mean, I guess Bo Scarborough. I guess. You know, we thought it might be J.D. McKissick, Ty Johnson. I have no idea. But if last week was any indication, Scarborough should be getting volume. I have to play him in a league. I don't hate it. If there are better options, please start them over Scarborough. Do not think that this is a situation where you're benching a stud to play Scarborough. He just has a really nice matchup against the 25th worst Washington Redskins. So, I like that a lot. Now, wide receiver is interesting. So, Atlanta is going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, again, bleed fantasy points to the wide receiver position. Is New Orleans for real? Yeah, they're for real. Are you for real? I don't know what that means, but yeah, I think New Orleans is for real. I like them. I like them a lot. Anyway, back on topic. All the Atlanta wide receivers, I love them. I love Julio Jones. I love Calvin Ridley. I also really like Russell Gage. That is another sleeper option for you if you guys need a wide receiver that you can start. Yes, J Money Ridley, I agree. I think they're all going to feast. This is going to be a great game. They don't have a run game. They've got Brian Hill. Devonta Freeman's been ruled out. Ito Smith is on injured reserve, so this is going to be throw. They also don't have Austin Hooper either, right? He's still out, isn't he? I can't remember. Is Austin Hooper back, guys? Fill me in, because for some reason I'm drawing a blank right now. And I feel like I should know this. Whatever. I'll look it up later. Then we're going to go Oakland and the Jets. I know this. Okay, he is out. Thank you. So I know this is like Oakland Jets, yay. But for fantasy purposes, this is going to be kind of interesting. So I like Tyrell Williams, but he is touchdown dependent in my opinion. He doesn't get the kind of volume I think that Hunter Renfrow has. So if you're in a PPR, I like Renfrow. But again, I do like Tyrell Williams. He's that guy that does, that catches touchdowns, and he's going to help save your game. Just hope he gets that touchdown that you mean. Did not mean New Orleans. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Fill me in later. And then I'll be like, oh, now I get it. But right now I'm confused. So then, guys, I hate even having this name up here. It's Allen Robinson. Mitchell Trubisky is terrible. There's really no other way around that. He is just a trash can when it comes to a quarterback. So, I don't know. For me, it's not going to matter who's that quarterback for Allen Robinson. Might be Chase Daniel if Trubisky has another hip injury, I'm sorry you hurt your hip, aka suck at playing quarterback. Whatever, we'll see. But I like Allen Robinson too. The matchup is just too good. And he does see a lot of targets. He sees a lot of volume. So I do like this one as well. If you guys have Allen Robinson, I don't hate starting him. He's just one of those plays where he's their number one on that team and he's going to get targets. So J Money, the Giants defense is terribler. Yeah, they're pretty bad. They're really bad. Actually, Jason Moore has Mitchell Trubisky as his DFS play because he's like $7,000 on FanDuel, which is ridiculously cheap. And this is a matchup at home that he may do well in. So, yeah, I just hate it. I just hate starting anyone from the Bears just because their offense has been like, and it's really confusing. So, A-Rod or Devontae Parker? I missed that first name. I do like Devontae Parker a lot. So, which A-Rod? Am I missing something here? I do like Devontae Parker, though. Next one. Obviously, no brainer here, guys. Michael Thomas, you're going to start him. He's on like a record-setting pace right now. Not even a question. Another one you can look at is some of those tertiary options like, Allen Robinson or Devontae Parker. That's a really good one. I think that's like one of my favorite things to say. I think that's kind of splitting hairs with a hatchet. I would go Devontae Parker. Like by a little bit. Like a little bit. I have no confidence in either of them, but I think I like Devontae Parker just a little bit more than Allen Robinson because of the offense. Which is Miami. That's just garbage. Gross. I can't believe I'm even saying that. I don't know. Ask me again later. I might change my mind. Michael Thomas, no brainer, like I said. Tertiary pieces for those wide receivers against the 28th worst Carolina Panthers. Their defense is not good. Ted Ginn Jr. is another one to look at. He may be available. I like that one too. R. Plume, thank you. Thumbs up. Then we're talking, but back to Tampa Bay, guys. You're obviously going to have to start Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. On paper, this matchup is very good. It's perfect. It's going to be a Jameis Winston game. It's going to be a Mike Evans, Chris Godwin game. It's going to be possibly a Cameron Brate game. No. I think this is a huge trap for Tampa Bay because Atlanta has been lights out the last 2 weeks. Since they got Marcus Peters, they've also changed play calling. Their defense has been insane, and I honestly think that they are going to eat Jameis Winston alive this Sunday. That being said, I have Jameis Winston as a quarterback option that I can start, and I'm not starting him because I'm terrified of Atlanta's defense and what they can do to him, especially since like his middle name is interceptions. I'm really worried about that. So you probably have to start Chris Godwin. You have to start Mike Evans, but just temper your expectations on those two guys because on paper the matchup looks really good, but I think this is a trap game for Tampa Bay. So just keep that in mind as we move forward. And J Money and Rum Boys, you both agree with Atlanta's defense is in fuego. I love it. In fact, you know what another sleeper is? If you guys have Atlanta D on your waiver wire, I would start them because they're going to get sacks on Jameis Winston and they're going to have interceptions. I love it. All right, so then we're going to go down to a conditional starts here, guys. So Seattle against Philadelphia. This is kind of tough because Tyler Lockett is hurt, and we all know Tyler Lockett's amazing. He is literally one of my favorite NFL players of all time. I love Tyler Lockett. But he is hurt. He is banged up. We don't know really if he's going to play. And if he does, is he going to be limited? These are things that we really have to keep in mind. So, here are some interesting things to watch out for. If Tyler Lockett cannot go, I really like DK Metcalf, but I also really like Josh Gordon. When it mattered the most on Josh Gordon's debut for the Seattle Seahawks, like big third downs that they needed a conversion, Gordon was on the field, and he was targeted and made the plays happen. I love Josh Gordon in this matchup, especially if Tyler Lockett can't go. With that being said, if Tyler Lockett is a full go, if he's a start, I do downgrade both of those guys, and those are going to be a situation where you're going to have to decide who you want to sit, who you want to start, but keep your eye on the status of these guys because Philadelphia's defense, again, 26th worst against wide receivers. They can bleed points as well. So I think these guys will have an opportunity to feast depending on what kind of condition that offense looks like. And then we're going to go to tight end here. Good news for Kittle owners. Super exciting. So J Money, you just got a notification. Brady with an elbow injury, questionable. Very interesting. That's very interesting. So if he does not play, I would obviously downgrade Julian Edelman and James White. That stinks. And then I would upgrade Sony Michel. So, yeah, Kevin, I know you did. I know you told me about Jonathan Williams, but Jason Moore and Adam Rank told me otherwise. And I also didn't listen to my gut. So, my bad. But he hasn't played yet. Geis hasn't played yet. So, we'll see if it was really all that horrific. So back to Brady. If he's hurt and he can't go, which would be very strange for him, then I would downgrade Julian Edelman a little bit. I'd still start him. I would downgrade James White. I may think about sitting him for somebody who has higher upside. Just depends on what your roster looks like. But I actually would like Sony Michel a little bit better than that. And Rex Burkhead as a possible sleeper. So that's another interesting little conundrum. But thank you for sharing that, J Money. I appreciate that. Tight ends. Good news for Kittle owner, like I said before. He should be good to go, but unfortunately this is a late game. So if for some reason he can't go, Kittle owners should have Ross Dwelly on your roster as a handcuff. That way you can pivot right off of Kittle and you can start Dwelly, but if Kittle is active, he's a must start. That's not even a question. Rum Boys, you interviewed Stidham, so you're down with seeing him beat the Cowboys. That'd be pretty interesting, wouldn't it? That'd be awesome. And then Evan Ingram is out. Kevin, is that an officially out? Because the reason I say that is Michael Fabiano from NFL Fantasy Live. He's in a celebrity league with Evan Ingram. And Evan Ingram put himself in as the tight end to start in their league. So he's officially ruled out. Excellent. So Evan Ingram is out. Scratch that up there, guys. Thank you for pointing that out earlier today when I did these slides. That was not news. So Evan Ingram is out. That bumps up Golden Tate. Sterling Shepard is also practicing in full, which is pretty exciting, which is nice. So Ingram is definitely out. That's very interesting. I can't wait to see Michael Fabiano's face when he hears that. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So, disregard Evan Ingram. Now we're going to go to the Seattle-Philadelphia game again, because this is going to be a place where we're going to be looking at a lot of fantasy points. Obviously, Zach Ertz is one of those must-starts for you because the tight end position sucks. And if you guys need someone to start and Dallas Goedert is available, which I doubt, but if you do have that option and you don't have a better option at let's say you got, Travis Kelce, and he's on a bye. I don't hate starting Dallas Goedert. He's been getting a lot of volume. He's been very reliable. Alshon Jeffrey, I think, is still questionable. So, Carson Wentz needs as many healthy people as possible. I really hope he is healthy because I would like to start Carson Wentz this weekend, which is another issue I'm having with my quarterback. So, Ertz and Dallas Goedert I do like as well. TJ Hawkinson against the 22nd worst against tight ends, Washington Redskins. And that Andrews can replace Ingram. Yeah. Mark Andrews? Mark Andrews is my boo. My second most favorite person in the NFL besides Tyler Lockett. And then Run Boys, J Money is that Ingram doesn't want to win on the field or in fantasy. Possibly. It's possible. I don't know. I'll let you guys have that convo on your own. TJ Hawkinson, let's hope he's not TJ Droppinson with Jeff Driscoll. But he's facing a pretty good matchup. And then, guys, kind of a sleeper pick, which kind of stinks because he hasn't really done all that well, but who I like a lot is Vance McDonald. So they're going up against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is terrible against the tight ends. They're 19th. There's a lack of people to catch the ball in Pittsburgh. So Juju's out. James Conner is out. You've got Jalen Samuels, who used to play tight end, so they'll use him creatively. Then you've got Benny Snell, and then Deontay Johnson, surprisingly, was a practice in full, despite him bleeding out of his ears after he was drilled in the head. So how he is practicing in full is beyond me. So, look what they did with James Conner. They're like, yeah, he's fine! And then he hurts his freaking shoulder, and he's out after, the second series of the game. That's an exaggeration. It wasn't just the second, but it was early. So who knows? So Vance McDonald is going to have to come up big for the Steelers because they're going to have pass catchers. So I like him because the matchup is pretty good and also because there's no one else on that freaking offense who can catch the ball. Who's on the field to catch the ball is what I mean. Yes, Deontay Johnson is an excellent beast in Dynasty. We've been saying that since the offseason as well. So good call, Kevin. I agree with you there. Here's just a quick rundown of these sleepers. Most of them I mentioned, but Benny Snell, backup running back. James Conner's out. Ryan Griffin, guys, he's the tight end for the Jets, going up against the 28th worst Oakland Raiders, okay? Ryan Griffin. Family Guy. Ryan Griffin, he is cool AF. He is scoring points. He's doing very well. Sam Darnold trusts him. I love Ryan Griffin as a start. For quarterback, Baker Mayfield, guys, I think if he and OBJ don't get it done this week, they're never going to get it done. Also, this is a revenge game for Jarvis Landry against Miami, which we all love revenge games, so go Jarvis Landry. So, yeah, I had to bring it up. It's Ryan Griffin, come on. So, yeah, Baker Mayfield's a good start. Some other ones, too. Sam Darnold is a good streamer, and Derek Carr is another good streamer as well if he's available on your waiver and you need some help at the quarterback position. I mentioned before Bo Scarborough. I don't love it because it's the Lions' backfield and we never know what's going to happen, but he's definitely an option. I have to start him in one league, so I feel pretty good about it. And then, deeper sleeper, Atlanta wide receiver, like I mentioned before, Russell Gage, facing the worst defense against wide receivers, in Tampa Bay, excuse me. So, look for that one. I do like that one too. He might be a sneaky touchdown play here or there, and if you guys really need to pick someone up to flex or in your wide receiver spot, he should be available. And guys, another one at tight end is Jacob Hollister. If he's not already taken, get him on your lineup. Do it. Because Russell Wilson is going to target him. He's going to target him often, and he's going to target it when it counts, and that's in the end zone. I love Jake Hollister. Go get him. Love him. And that's all I got. I know, that was super quick. That's 24 minutes. Crazy. Did I miss any starts and sit questions that you guys might have had, and then I just, completely ignored them? Ooh, Brian, hi, thank you for joining. Sorry, my hair is a hot mess, so I'm over it. So, yeah, maybe you guys can help me out. I am in a league where we have ridiculous bonus points for the quarterback. So, if you get, a tremendous amount of, big bombs downfield for a touchdown, you can get a lot of points. For example, I think, 2 weeks ago, or was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, Jameis Winston in regular fantasy scored, 18 points. In my league, he scored me over 70. So, yeah, it's really hard to figure out which ones to start. J Money Griffin over Jared Cook. Now, I would say yes. I do like Ryan Griffin over Jared Cook. But by a little. But I do like Ryan Griffin. He's against a great matchup, and Sam Darnold loves him. Excuse me. Apologize for that. So, I have a choice between Jameis Winston, which I don't like because of Atlanta's defense, or Sam Darnold, which I kind of like against Oakland, or I have Carson Wentz, who I don't know if Alshon Jeffrey is going to play, and I really wish Deshaun Jackson were there. So those are my three choices at quarterback that I don't know what I'm going to do. So that's going to be my big hullabaloo. And in my other league where I sat, Jonathan Williams, I have Alvin Kamara and Ezekiel Elliott, so hopefully they do a little bit better job for me. Kevin, you go with Wentz. I probably should listen to you since you were the one who told me to start Jonathan Williams and I didn't do it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling all three. I think all three of them have the opportunity to help me out, but it just depends on which one is going to have the biggest long bomb plays, which I'm not so sure that Carson Wentz will be able to do that without Deshaun Jackson. That's just my biggest reserve about that. And Winston puts up a lot of drinks. Yeah, he does. He makes me drink. Let's just be honest. Jameis Winston makes me drink when I have to play him, and it's horrible. So Kevin, Hopkins and Williams made my Thursday. That was good calls. Great job. So you're in a really great place heading into the weekend. Just hope the other guys you start don't have like a horrible weekend simply to like even out your fantasy points. Kind of one of those things. And Kevin, you said Foles. Unfortunately, I don't have Foles. My husband has Foles. So that should also be another pretty good start too. So do you guys have any start sit questions I can help you out with? And if for some reason I missed one, or if you can't think of one quite yet. So Foles or Matt Ryan? Jeff, I would go with Matt Ryan on that one. That's my husband. Hi, honey. Go with Matt Ryan. I think he's going to have a huge game against Tampa Bay. If you guys miss, or have any questions that I missed, you guys can always hit me up on Twitter at StepMomLauren. Yeah, I like talking to you guys. And if you guys are going to the games, send a picture, take a photo, tag me in it. I want to see. I love it when you guys go to the games. I love seeing where your seats are, what kind of people are around you. Going to a football game, like I'm going to a hockey game next week. I love going to live sporting events. They're super fun. So share that with me. I really like it. Come hit me up. Come talk to me. I want to help you win your fantasy league. So if I don't know it, I'll always retweet it and see what the other fantasy experts, throw out there. So yeah. And Kevin, yes, Winston does throw a lot of picks. Fortunately, as long as he throws a lot of long bomb touchdowns, it will wipe out the picks. We don't have like huge, crazy negative impact for interceptions. Of course, there are negative impacts, but the positives can definitely outweigh them pretty easily. Ask Bruce Arians. I should text him. I have his number. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. So Run Boys, oh, thank you. I appreciate, yes, yesterday was my birthday. I turned 25 for the 11th time. So it was fun. I was criminally lazy and I was a complete waste of humanity. I did nothing. It was fantastic. It was like the greatest day of my life. So Kevin, Godwin and Evans are high upside. They are high upside. They also have a chance to just suck because it's going up against Atlanta and they are pretty bad. I was not criminally drunk, actually. I was just criminally lazy. I really didn't do very much. That was it. So guys, my dogs are barking. That means somebody's at my door. So I'm going to let y'all go. Again, if you guys want to ask me questions, talk with me, chit chat, whatever, hit me up on Twitter at StepMomLauren. And again, send me pictures if you're going to the game. I love that stuff. But you guys have a awesome weekend. Good luck in your matchups. And I will see you next Wednesday for week 13. Wind Up Wednesday. Can you even believe it? Nuts. Mind blown. All right, guys, have a good one.